Hi people. We are doing podcast again on gaming communities.
We
So
should not let
okay.
Ramoras do intros. Welcome to the second episode of the Unholy Trio podcast.
That is for now exclusively on YouTube because Spotify is complicated and it like wants me to sell.
Honestly, we should just keep it exclusively on YouTube. YouTube's easier.
Yeah, honestly. Even though I'm the one managing all this stuff, so you guys wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah, fair point. I don't even know. Okay, I don't even know what to do for
Man, we've only been live for 30 seconds and I'm already dying.
Yeah, well, actually, we haven't been live at all.
Whatever. Anyway, so as Ramores said, I think we're talking about gaming communities today.
Yeah. Did we say that? I'm not sure, but we're talking about gaming community. If you read the title, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, just start off. What do you think? Just start off, in my opinion. What do you guys think What do you guys think makes a gaming community?
That they're not terrible. That they're nice and respectful and not.
Well, I
terrible.
mean, there can be bad gaming communities, and there
Most
are
definitely
a lot.
Let me rephrase that. What kind of on the internet makes a game like a strong game, like an active or strong gaming community?
I mean, like, if there's like a lot of active players, like a game like I'm trying to think of a dead game.
Mogus.
I probably can't think of one because they're dead.
Mogus.
I mean, that's not very dead.
It's most definitely dead.
Right.
It's
I mean,
just a meme. But the community.
Yeah, I mean, there are still people playing it. Like, if I booted up Among Us right now, I could get into a game.
Mario Party Ultra Smash.
Sure.
I mean, not Mario Party. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash.
Yeah. So yeah, like a dead community is something like I feel like I see dead communities especially with online games. Like eventually, like especially online games that are like just one thing.
Yeah.
Like eventually you're gonna get bored of that one thing.
Hmm.
And you'll leave. And eventually everybody else does the same. But the thing is, once a lot of people leave, people aren't joining in because there's no community.
And that makes it dead. Yeah.
That makes a dead game or dead gaming community.
Yeah. I think that, like, I think a big example of this that I just kind of know of right now is the Splatoon community. Like, I think the only thing that's keeping people still in the Splatoon 2 community that aren't, like, competitive players is the fact that Splatoon 3 is coming out this year.
Yeah. And then there's those gaming communities that, like, if I asked somebody about them, they would think, oh, yeah, dead.
Yeah.
But they're not. There's still a pretty big community, like Splatoon. Like, there's a community in there, but it's not known. Like, everybody knows that something like Minecraft has a big community, but not everybody knows that, I don't know, Splatoon.
Yeah, I think Splatoon in general just suffers from being, because it's a new IP, and I think a lot of people I think a lot of like big shooter fans really don't like it because Splatoon won Shooter of the Year in 2015.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, we want Call of Duty!
Splatoon is on that weird border of, it's a shooter, but it's also, like, it's a Nintendo game.
It's its own thing.
Not a lot of Nintendo games include the Glock, except for Geist.
Geist.
Granted,
Splatoon doesn't have a Glock, but...
yeah, I mean, it has a P90.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, I think, in my opinion, what sort of, like, I think makes a gaming community is that if there's still active players that are still doing more than just playing the game. Like, I feel like if, for example...
Yeah, like
I think...
If you see...
I think Splatoon is starting to become less active because I think I'm starting to consider it less and less of an active community because there aren't really that many people like Splatooners that are making much Splatoon content. Like a lot of them are switching over to things like, I don't know, Pokemon or stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of something here.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Yeah. A good test to see, like, a good test for is it dead or not is, I mean, not every game has a subreddit, but if a game has a subreddit, like, let me just type in Splatoon, that's kind of our main example. Oh, yikes!
What?
I typed in Splatoon, and the first thing I see is Splatoon, and then Splatoon 2, and then the next thing down is Splatoon Rule 34, and it has 15,000 members.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that game is a game that does hit, that gets hit by Rule 34 pretty hard.
It definitely has an active Rule 34 community, that's for sure. Anyway, but yeah, if I go to r/Splatoon and go to new, if the newest post right now is an hour ago, that's pretty active.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that...
But, like, there's those games where, like, their last post is, like, a couple days ago, or, like, maybe even a week ago.
Yeah.
Like, if I go to r/Republic Commando, this is, like, there's those, like, couple people, and I sort by new on Republic Commando. 3 days ago is the last post.
So it's not
and it has 6 uploads.
So it's not
It's definitely not a very active game, sadly. You should go play it if you haven't, or you should buy it.
Yeah, but I think
it's sad. It got a reboot, but that didn't do anything. I mean, there's probably a couple people that popped up. Like right now, I can see that the subreddit only has 2.5k people in it, and there's only 4 online.
Yeah.
So this is it's pretty dead.
Yeah, I think that,
sadly,
in my opinion, I think that, like, actually, this is actually more of a question that I'm going to ask, is what do you think is, like, what makes, like, parts of a gaming community? Like, what kind of, like, if you could take a gaming community and divide it into, say, like, a pie chart or something like that, what kind of things would they get divided into?
Well, definitely, like, an active player base, so it's not dead, of course. And I'd say, like, people that are, like, passionate about the game. Like, there's got to be somebody out there that, like, this is their favorite game. Like Splatoon. You know. Got one right here.
Or Mario Golf. There's probably someone who's drawn to the game.
Yeah. Pretty much any game that's alive and has an active player base, it's got to be somebody's favorite game.
Yeah.
But if something's dead, like Republic Commando, like, it's not my favorite game, but it's definitely high up there. But it's definitely a lower percentage of people where that's their favorite game.
Yeah.
And again, I can kind of see, I'm getting voice crack score over here. I can kind of see Republic Commando, seeing as it's like a 16-year-old game.
Well, it does have a Switch release.
Yeah, it did have a Switch release. But it is a 16-year-old game overall.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I think that...
What's around there?
Oh, that wasn't exactly what I was asking. I was asking, like, what kind of, like, stuff on the internet do you see when you think gaming community? Like, for example... I was like, my Switch is on. I just realized this.
A lot of games that are alive have, like, a subreddit or a Discord or some kind of forum, like, site where people can converge, talk about the game.
Like,
so it's not one of those.
I mean, I feel like every game, most games are Rule 34, so...
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think...
I mean, honestly...
I think that, like, in my opinion, what makes a gaming community, like, the kind of the factions of a gaming community are, like... I think, like, if you take a pie chart, hold on a sec, can I, like, bring a pie chart onto the scene and just, like, have, like, a Word file, a paint, I don't know, whatever, I'll share
Use your words.
Yeah, I'll try. Essentially, there'll be, if you take, like, a pie chart, like, I think 50% of said pie chart, like, for, like, an active game, would be, like, the casual fan base.
Yeah. There's a couple of competitive people as well.
Yeah, and then I think that, like, maybe, like, taking, like, I don't know, like, 20%, not 20, like, probably more like 10% of that would be, like, the diehards, like, the diehard competitive fan base.
Competitive people.
So, like, I think, the diehards of this, that would be, like...
Yeah.
So that would be, in the sense of Splatoon, I would consider most of the competitive community part of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're also only, like, the only people that still play the game, but...
Yeah, sadly. Which makes me die a lot.
Yeah. Well, anyway, then I think, like, after, like, the diehards, there's the content creators, which make up probably, like, 5-ish, 2, probably.
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
There's, like,
they're usually in the casual
Yeah,
side of things,
the context for
unless their channel is about said game, they're
yeah.
probably casual. They probably don't play it too much because they got to make videos on other things. Like me, I actually haven't made a video on Splatoon, but I stream Splatoon. But it's not the only game I play.
Not really.
Got to do others.
Random question: when was the last time you streamed Splatoon?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Anyways, moving on a bit. Yeah. Probably less than Unholy Trio stream.
That doesn't count because that's the Unholy Trio.
Yeah, fair point. Anyway, I just got reminded. I got an alert. Gorilla Tag is pretty. That works honestly for that, and I think that shows that that's a good pie chart. Like, there's your casual people. Like, I'm a casual player in Gorilla Tag.
Yeah.
Then you got the competitive players that are really good at the game.
Like I think the competitives and the diehards can typically be grouped together because, like,
yeah,
if you're a diehard, you typically are like really good at the game, unless you're really
go
depressing.
Get something. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, like, okay. I think
I'm.
No, you.
Okay. All right. Like, it's not all the time. Like, I really like Halo. Doesn't mean I'm great. But I mean, in the sense of casual play, I'm pretty good. But if I went into a comp lobby, no, I'm dead.
Like that time that we went into that we played Tactical Slayer.
Oh yeah.
We got absolutely
But then again, I did buy like 2 4-packs of Rockstar Energy just to get a couple skins in Halo. So I'd say I'm decent. Jesus. I don't drink energy drinks as well. So I just opened them, took the code. Like, the codes are on like the tabs, so you can't just take them and then not buy the drink. I take that, and I think I put it, like, my dad got out his like beer like thing, and it like keeps it like carbonated and like pressurized. I put it in there in case I ever want to drink it.
Yeah.
Like, I have one in a Coke bottle right now.
Nice.
Oddly, it looks like pee. It is really yellow.
Yeah. I think that
another appetizing color. Like, mainly you're drinking this in a can.
Yeah. But I think the diehard, maybe like the diehards, I think the competitive players are typically like a fraction of the diehards, but like it's not always like diehards are always competitive players, but I think it's competitive players are always diehards.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen like any competitive Splatoon, 90% of the time they will have brought up how much they play the game, and they'll like show a picture, and it's upwards of 7,000 hours.
Yeah. So, and there's another section of the community which is big in my Gorilla Tag example, the toxic community.
Oh yeah,
people that are just not fun.
Minecraft.
In the sense of Gorilla Tag, it's in the sense of Gorilla Tag, it's the 8-year-olds screaming slurs.
I'm 7 and swearing.
Like, apparently they just don't have parents. Like, do these 8-year-olds even have parents? Not only do their parents just buy them a VR headset, even though that is not a good thing to be, like, you should not be playing VR at 8 years old. Hi, welcome back. And number 2,
what's happening?
They're just screaming slurs.
Yeah.
We're talking about Gorilla Tag and the toxic part of it.
Yeah, Minecraft is a big part of the toxic community.
Yep.
Like, I think that the toxic people only appear in some communities. Like, for example, Splatoon. I don't see very many legitimately toxic Splatoon players.
The most toxic stuff you get out of it is getting squid bagged, but it's all good fun.
Yeah, squid bagging community is just funny at this point. And, like, also,
honestly, most of the time, like, when I get teabagged in Halo, I honestly laugh. Like, it's fun. It's just it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Like, I don't like block, and I'm not like one of those people that like blocks a person that squid bags me in Splatoon or something like that. Like, I think,
or like blocks somebody that like beat you or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely are those people. I think that I think the Splatoon community had a couple of really big and like kind of scary controversies. A couple, like, I think during this, like, at the early phase of Splatoon 2. Like, they're like pretty close after Splatoon 2 launched. It was a couple of years ago, but essentially this guy, he was a Splatoon content creator. He was known to be a pretty good player, but he wasn't really known for that. He was more known for how much he baby rages. And
okay, this isn't.
Oh, can I finish my story?
Go ahead.
And then eventually, I think he was at like an event or something like that, like a E3 style event, and there was a Splatoon tournament there, and one of his team members was a small child.
Oh.
And they lost. And so this dude went crazy on the small child. blamed the small child for making them lose, and it was a disaster and a half. And there was also like, but like I think that was the only controversy that happened in like the general gameplay sense. I think there was a couple in like the Splatomations area that were kind of creepy, but anyway, you can say yours first before I explain that.
Yeah, this is not related at all, but I have a bread tab, and it says sell by February 17th. I just thought that was funny. Continue.
Dude, I can.
You ever wonder why these are different colors? Like these bread tabs that you get on bread. You also wonder why they're so terrible. Like, you cannot get these back on. I just get a twist tie half the time.
Random things to talk about.
Some of my favorite games have like toxic people in them, like Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
I could go into Minecraft, and I will go into Minecraft in just a second.
Minecraft is such a big game.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But like, I will go. I want to get into Minecraft in just a second, but I would like to explain this other Splatoon controversy that I know about.
Wait, and actually Undertale too. That.
Oh boy, Undertale. Undertale.
Oh yeah.
Woo. Wait, really? I just found Undertale community to be that toxic. I mean, I know everyone hates MatPat for making that one that Sans His Nest video, but.
I mean, it's not toxic. It's just sometimes it's kind of weird.
I was gonna say, because I never really found the Undertale community very toxic, but
then again, it's not like multiplayer, so
yeah. But like anyway, back to the Splatoon thing. So essentially, I think from what I've got, I only saw it in like a Splatoon iceberg video, and like essentially what happened was, so there was this like 27-year-old Splatoon animator. And there was like this. There's like I think it was like 17 or 19, one of the two. Splatoon creator, and they were dating. And it was weird because the guy was really like the 27-year-old guy was really kind of creepy, and he ended up sending this girl a completely nude picture of himself.
Oh,
yeah, it was really weird.
Not good.
And then, this girl was not much better because she ended up playing this off. Like she ended up like I think she this guy got completely banned from the internet, and this girl, she wasn't, but she made a lot of drama out of it, and I think ended up faking a suicide attempt for clout.
Jesus. People will do anything for clout at this point.
Yes.
Apparently there's this person that literally just slapped their mother for clout. Like, that's just abuse.
Yeah.
For clout.
People are like, remember when people thought that trying to bring a gun to school and vandalizing the bathrooms was good?
Oh, devious licks! Dude, the boys' bathroom, the locker room, the bathroom.
I washed my hands for like 2 weeks.
The bathroom, the boys' locker room at our school has still not been fixed.
Yeah, it's like I saw a comment. It was like, it's funny so you can't wash your hands.
Yeah. The bathroom in the boys' locker room, one of the doors is put on wrong. The other door just isn't there.
One of the doors isn't put on wrong. The other door isn't there. There's still a missing urinal.
Yeah.
So
the sink works again, but the soap dispenser is still missing.
Yeah. So, yeah. I remember when we thought the cinnamon challenge was bad. Good times.
Good times.
Anyway, back to gaming community. So Minecraft.
Really quick before we get into Minecraft, I just got something short. I know it's another VR game. I play a lot of those.
Yeah, I know.
But this is a heavily toxic community. Like, not everybody's toxic, but sadly a lot of people are. At Rec Room.
Oh yeah, isn't that one getting
a lot of toxic people?
Yeah, isn't Rec Room getting taken over by the 9-year-old apocalypse?
Yeah, sadly. Here's the thing. It's a free game. It's super accessible. Rec Room is on iPhone, Android, Xbox, PS4, not Nintendo Switch.
No, it's not on Switch. But it's on,
and then it's like just a basic PC, and then you got all of the VR headsets: Oculus Quest, Oculus Quest 2, just basic PC VR, PlayStation VR. It's on so many platforms. It is super accessible, and it's free. That's just asking for 9-year-olds. Exactly. And sadly, yep, it asked and it delivered. So
remember that video where some guy made like a joke, and then like some 5-year-old just came and was like, "That joke sucked. F you." And
oh yeah, that was my SCP video. My SCP videos, they don't do well.
No,
Anyways.
but some guy made a joke, and this 5-year-old just came in
It was the plaid joke. The joke was, so this one guy walks into a room, and he's wearing plaid. And then this next guy walks in the room, and he's like, why are you wearing plaid? You following me? That's part of the joke, I think. I don't know. And he was like, it was National Plaid Day. Everybody was wearing plaid except him. And then this random kid just goes, not funny, didn't laugh, F you.
Yeah. Anyway, Minecraft.
Best joke I've ever heard. So
Toxicity.
yeah, like.
Sorry, you're still talking
really
about
quick. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of 9-year-olds in the game. So most of the time when I go into a game, like it is hard to find VR players. Like at this point, a lot of people are just playing on screen mode, which I mean it makes sense. I sometimes play it on my phone in a pinch if I need something. I'd rather play on VR though. But yeah, it's becoming less and less of a VR game by the minute.
because
sadly.
of all the little kids.
Yeah, and like the thing is, I, there's not a whole lot going on in the sense of like original content. Like there's a lot going on, but a lot of it is like invention stuff, like player made stuff. Like they're focusing really heavily on player made stuff right now. They did recently come out with a Rec Room original, like an original game. But the problem with it, while it is fun, it's not something like paintball where it's different every time. It's just a racing game. And eventually it's the same thing over and over. It's the same thing every time.
I think that's
So
a thing
eventually-
that can.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a thing that like kind of hurts gaming communities is that if the game is too repetitive, like
Eventually it's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. And if it like, I think that's the main thing that's causing like, a lot of the Splatoon community to kind of drift away a little bit because it's just the same thing over and over again. It's like it's starting to
There's
become.
not a lot of new stuff.
But there's also why people are starting to introduce like bans into tournaments and stuff like that. Like I think there's been tournaments that like K-52 antenna missiles are completely banned, and like you can only.
Yeah.
It's complicated, but it's I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
But yeah, like that game, like it's fun. Rec Rally's fun. That's the name of the game. But there was another thing. The last Rec Room original was Stunt Runner, and it's the same thing. It's just a parkour course, and it's fun, but only every once in a while. Because if you play it a whole bunch in a row, it's gonna get old eventually. And yeah, and then the last thing, like the last 3 things they added was Rec Rally, which eventually is gonna get boring because it's the same thing over and over. Stunt Runner, which is the same thing, and then a paintball map, which it's fine. Not my favorite. Probably my least favorite. But it's not terrible. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of 9-year-old, and I'm pretty sure I haven't gone too far into this because I don't feel like it. But I feel like I remember something with somebody like in the moderation team is just the definitive definition of the internet. Like somebody said like somebody didn't agree with him and he like banned him for like a couple days. A moderator on the team and nothing happened. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like I heard something like that.
Yeah. Anyway.
And like if you're better at anybody, if you're better than somebody at the game, they're gonna get mad at you. They're gonna want to kick you out of the game. But anyway, let's move on to Minecraft.
So, you ever heard of this guy called Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that whole conundrum has been talked about so much that I think it's just kind of being milked.
Honestly, I'm exhausted still.
Yeah, and I think that in general, I think Minecraft is just generally like, I think because there's so many Minecraft creators have become so big, that's a big reason why it's becoming so toxic. Because like everyone like, okay, this guy's getting big. Time to find a way to time to find a excuse to cancel him.
Yeah, like I don't know what I was gonna say.
Okay, fair enough. But like, and also,
I'm gonna sneeze.
I think this isn't really about toxic gaming communities, but I think it's the media has been so desperate to find stories on Minecraft and make stuff on Minecraft because, you know, Minecraft is really popular and it gets views.
Yeah,
Dude, I think I
killer
had a
game. It's like it's the best selling.
Yes.
I think I heard a story once where it was like people are calling Minecraft racist because you had to kill black people, which
because the Wither skeletons.
Oh, Enderman,
Enderman.
right, or something.
Oh
like
god,
Enderman.
that's just snowflakes.
Like people that say like, oh, this is racist. Them saying that is more racist than anything because they're like finding reasons for it. Like it's just normal. Like I feel uncomfortable saying like, oh, my mouse is black. Like because of like how many people will just get upset. Like it's just a color.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Like, I swear, I'm scared. I'm scared to say
Enderman was racist.
Yeah,
I'm like, are you actually insane?
I'm scared. I'm scared to say the word white on my streams.
Yeah, half the time because there's gonna be somebody out there that's like, why?
Yeah. And also, anyway, back to what I was saying. So the media is so desperate to create Minecraft like to make like articles on Minecraft that I saw this thing pop up in my Google recommended articles that was like, anyway, sorry about that, but it was like, kid accidentally builds IKEA in Minecraft. And I'm like, what?
Accidentally?
No, the thing is, it was just a Facebook post from this dad that was like, hey, so my son built this big blue box. And I'm like, hey, did you build IKEA? And this kid's like, no, it's a fortress. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's IKEA. That entire one very short Facebook post got an entire news article written about it.
Oh,
I'm like, why?
IKEA, let's go. I want to build an IKEA now in real life. I wanna become the CEO of IKEA and build an IKEA.
I'll be the like assistant manager.
Yeah, we're gonna become the new CEOs of IKEA, and that's gonna be the next podcast. Watch us become IKEA. Detroit become IKEA.
Anyway, back to the whole pie chart analogy I was making. So like after so we got the casuals, the diehards, and the competitive people, then the content creators, and the toxic people, which I think those can sort of be grouped in with the casuals or the diehards. Those can also typically be grouped in with the diehards, actually.
Yeah, yeah, toxic people, like they're all over the place. They're toxic.
I think after that, there's like the people that are kind of they don't play the game very much, but they are very active in the community. So that's people like fan artists that are like some of the fan artists. Like I've seen great Splatoon fan art, for instance. Granted, a lot of it is NSFW Marina, but
yeah, fair point. Or Agent 8.
Shut up.
It's more Marina. That wasn't even an Agent 8 joke. You're just like not gonna let us say the word 8. Like
I was just saying a fact there. It's usually those two, but yeah,
it most definitely is usually those two.
Nintendo was asking for it with Marina.
Yes,
like,
they totally were. They totally were.
When I first booted up Splatoon 2, I was like, why? Why Nintendo?
I think
I booted up the game. I got the game like when I still like just like had my Switch up in my like just always hooked up in my on my like main TV in like the living room. Now I just hook it up on my computer so I can stream it. And I booted up the game and I'm like, I had my head on a swivel.
I saw this like fan comic a while ago, and it's like, it was about these two guys that were like inklings that were arguing which was better, Pearl or Marina, and it's like. Oh. And it's like, fine. He's like, fine, you're an artist. Draw Pearl looking cute. And he's just like, fine, you draw Marina with normal sized Badonkadonks. It's like, I've seen so many people make fun of that. Oh, have you ever heard of Xenoblade 2?
What?
No.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, yeah.
Is that a game?
Yeah, it's a game.
I have no idea what it is.
It's apparently pretty good, but
I know it's an RPG, so that's probably why I haven't played it.
It's an RPG, but my god, there's so many videos just essentially just ranting about how the entire game is completely over sexualized, because it is.
Oh yeah, I mean, didn't like that's
Pyro
the
and
game
Mythra.
with like, yeah. Didn't Smash Bros have to like tone it down a bit?
Yes, they had to censor Pyro and Mythra.
Jesus Christ, Nintendo has to censor their own game.
Yeah. It's really dumb. On topic of that, other people that are part of the whole community that doesn't play the game much but is most definitely active in the community are the NSFW artists. Those exist.
Oh yeah. The only time they log on is for reference imaging.
Specifically of Marina and Agent 8.
Yeah. I mean, like, sometimes when I, like, play a game, I'm like, yeah, there's probably Rule of 34 of them. Like, I mean, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's sad.
What about
Like,
Master?
when I was doing my speed runs, I'm like, you know what? There's probably Rule 34 somebody. I hope it's not the person I'm playing as, because they're, like, 12 years old in the game.
Yeah. And
But it
What about
probably
Master
is.
Chief? What would Rule 34 of Master Chief look like?
it exists. I can tell you
Yeah,
right now
I
it's
believe
going.
it. I believe it.
I can tell. I have. No, it's not. I'm not saying I've searched it up. But I'm saying that
Oh, yeah,
it
no.
exists. I can confidently say it exists because he's such a popular character. If a character has any popularity
Well,
at all, there's
it-
NSFW
It's
of it.
probably less Master Chief, more Cortana.
Good
Yeah,
point,
probably.
Good point.
I think-
I mean, like, have you seen Halo 4, Cortana?
No.
No.
Okay.
Send an image into the Discord server. I want to see.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me get Halo 3 Cortana. So you can
Okay.
have, like, something to go off of.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I played Halo Infinite and I saw Cortana on that. Is it West in Halo 3?
Yeah, so Halo 3, I mean, like, there's definitely
Yeah.
art,
Yeah.
but not too bad. Then you got Halo 4.
Oh, yep.
Wait.
Yep. Yep.
Wait, let me see. Okay.
Why did 343 do this?
I don't
What the heck is
know.
this? What? Oh God. Yeah, this. Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's-
I think that while the NSFW community is weird and probably perverted,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know there's a YouTuber that I watch. He's like a music YouTuber. He was an NSFW artist in college.
Oh,
He made a community post about that because he was like, some people were getting mad at him for like some of his fan art being, for some of his fan art being too sexual in their eyes. And so he like made a kind of a community post explaining everything. And I mean, good on him. He was not apologizing for anything. He was just saying stuff, which I think is good. I think that's like a model that I think a lot more creators should take after. Like,
Mhm.
you did stuff in the past. No one really should care anymore. Just don't apologize for it. Just own up
I
to
did it, and I don't anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like,
And-
if you're not doing anything anymore, that means you
And
realize
I think
that, oh,
this
that
is
was
gonna be-
that was bad.
I think this could be seen as a hot take, but I don't think NSFW writers are coherently bad. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like,
And like,
my
as long as
view on
the stuff they make, as long as the characters they're drawing are over 18, I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily.
that's why I have a problem with the other thing I was talking about earlier. They're like 12.
Yeah. Like, I think as long as like the characters they're drawing is over 18, I mean, not like they're doing anything wrong. Like,
I don't care is the thing.
yeah.
Like, my whole view on it is like, if you're not shoving it in my face and you're just doing it and you're not doing anything with me, I don't care.
Yeah,
They can
exactly.
do it. I don't care. It's not getting in the way of
you
me.
know that if like you get big
They
enough,
can just do it.
Rule 34 of your like Minecraft skin, it's gonna.
Well, there's probably already Rule 34 of the Scout Trooper, so I don't think that's really gonna apply.
Of what?
Of the
Oh.
Scout-
Oh yeah. Yeah, probably. The store's pretty darn popular. But for like Nate's boy's skin, which is completely custom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's where if it exists, now we getting worried.
Yeah,
But
I'm
no,
not-
we got.
I have 24
We are
subscribers on
worried.
YouTube and
Fair.
82 followers on Twitch. Those 82 people never show up to my streams. Most of them are from a single raid that none of them watch my streams anymore. Like, I'm not big enough for that,
Yeah.
so like I don't really have to worry about it now. And I probably
Yeah,
won't have to worry
that's
about
the
it
one
until
thing
I'm
about
over 18.
being a small YouTuber. That's the one thing about being a small YouTuber There's none of that.
Yeah, exactly. No one cares about it. No
Yeah.
one
Anyway,
cares enough.
so we were talking about gaming communities.
Yeah.
We went on like
Well,
an
to be
entire like
fair,
15-minute long tangent about porn.
I mean, granted, I think it is relevant
Yeah.
because at the end,
I mean, like the title, we think is the gaming community the make or break. It make or breaks it.
yeah, I think it is relevant because like there's definitely an SFW of everything related to video games.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Fine.
But like, I think one of the things that I think goes widely unnoticed in the gaming communities, that's sort of like the last part of the whole not very active in the game, or maybe they are very active in the game but they still they still make content is the fan fiction writers.
Oh,
They exist, and granted, I think, like, I'm admitting it now, I've read Splatoon fanfictions. Some of them are fine, they're good. But some of them are completely...
Like, it's just...
Some of them make them look like they were written by a 4-year-old. Like, the grammar is so... I would... There was this one I saw, I think it was an Annex 3 fanfiction. And I swear to God, it was like... It was so bad, like... It was essentially just a sex scene.
Oh.
One chapter long, it was just stupid. I was like...
Like, there's, like, multiple types of fan fiction. Like, there's the ones that are, like, actually good. Like, it's, like, their own take on the lore or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, like, an after lore or something. Like, the actually good stuff. There's the stuff that's just, like, they tried. And then there's the...
That.
Well... Yeah. So, in the blank.
I remember there was this one... Like I said, I wouldn't say I'm not well versed in, like stupid ship thing, like stupid ship things, because I've read them before. I'm on Wattpad occasionally. It's kind of inevitable.
Know your enemy.
What?
Know your enemy.
What do you mean?
Well, I said like it. Pretty much. What I'm saying here is
no,
like the ship stuff. I'm gonna guess you don't support it.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, possible considering Nintendo supports that ship, but
yeah, fair point. But I'm like, know your enemy.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is weird, and I think the whole ship is. I want to get into shipping in a second because that is definitely an integral part of the community. Like that exists.
Oh yeah.
I'll get into
After
it
we
in a
talk
second,
about like certain parts of a community, I want to talk about certain types of communities because there are some like types.
Yeah, but let me go on my tangent about fanfiction real quick.
Okay, will do.
But I swear there was this one. It was another Annex 3 one. I think it was on like I think it was on like a fanfiction website that didn't have many of them. It was I think one of 3 that was on that website. I think it was like fanfiction on there or something like that. I don't even remember. It was like 2 years ago because I was a horny teenager in quarantine. What was I supposed to do?
Noted.
Aren't we all?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a stupid teenager in quarantine.
Fair enough. That was a joke, by the way. Please don't take Please don't take that seriously.
Yeah. Oh no.
But like what I'm saying is, it was like I was bored one day, and I'm like, hey, maybe this exists. And so I'm like, okay, so I've seen a couple. There was there was 2 that I've seen. One was on like Wattpad or whatever, and that's where most of them are. That's I think probably the most popular.
As I said, know your enemy.
Yeah, I think Wattpad is where the most where is the biggest writing platform. Yeah.
Really quick, I'm gonna go on a side thing. With the know your enemy, like I don't like the song Baby Shark. It's annoying because I'm not 4 years old. For 4 years old, they love it. But I know, I kind of forgot it, like this opening part of it. So if I can hear it, I can quickly run.
Yeah, exactly.
If I hear the opening part, I know. Get ready.
Yeah. Dude, there was like this talent show at this like summer. There was always a talent show this summer camp I went to, right? I saw every single time there was like a group of 4-year-olds that would like come in from like the young kids part of it, and I don't know what it was called, but they would come in and they would sing Baby Shark every single time.
Oh.
It's like, I want to die.
Yeah. Anyway, back on my whole tangent about fanfiction. Essentially,
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna scroll through Wattpad, see if I can find one of those lines that's just like completely illiterate. But while I'm saying that, I'm gonna keep explaining this whole one thing I found on that other website. Essentially, it was like it went from saving the world to happy fun time in a matter of seconds. A page later, it was happy fun time. I was like, how did we get to this point?
Yeah.
How did we get here? What is going on? Why are you writing this in the first place?
Yeah.
None of this makes sense. Why are you on the internet?
Yeah.
Or at least, why are you writing? Here, like I said, I'm gonna try to. I think there's a couple that I've seen that I'm going to try to find. Really. I know there's some that are just like sound like the people writing them are completely illiterate. It's really funny. Well, let's. I find it. I don't care if I find it. If it shows up in the recommended, I don't know, make fun of it on a video or something like that. But you get the point. Like it's bad. Like not in a sense that it shouldn't be happening, but in a sense that it's just terrible. Like the people, like it's almost never good. Like the quality is bad, essentially.
Yeah, this isn't relative at all. I just kind of remembered this in the trailer for the upcoming like Halo like live action show on Paramount Plus. There's like in the background, like Halo takes place like 500 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yet still in the background of one of the scenes, there was a 2001 Chevy Tahoe, and somebody was using an AK-47 500 years in the future.
Wow.
We in the year 2552, and we rocking the 2001 Chevy Tahoe. That's an old car now.
Anyway, back to the whole pie chart thing. I think the final portion of the pie chart is the shipping community. That's interesting. Interesting. Oh, fun fact! Alex? Random thing that I learned very recently. Alex and Steve are canonically dating.
Ah.
They're
canonically?
Yes.
They're canonically dating?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where did you land this?
I think I watched a video about like a Minecraft iceberg or something. I don't even remember where I figured it out, but I know I figured it out somewhere.
Yeah, Iceberg's got a lot of info. If you want information on something, Iceberg's a good place to start.
Yeah. Also, Steve was never officially given a name until his cameo in Super Meat Boy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I saw that one.
Yeah.
He was just named Steve.
Yeah.
Before he was just named
like essentially Minecraft guy.
Minecraft guy. Blue shirt.
Yeah.
Light blue shirt, dark blue pants, face.
Yeah. But the shipping community in general is just like strange. Like
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Strange.
Like if you Sonic shipping in the Sonic the Hedgehog community, I think it's definitely one of the biggest culprits of being just like what. Like you will like if you go on the internet, I'm taking this from another video that I watched a while ago. It was like if you go on the, I think it was like, oh yeah, I remember what it was. It was like a dude making he released a video around Valentine's Day about how likely each Smash Bros character is to get laid during Valentine's Day. It was a really funny video, but like essentially he's like, so Sonic fanfiction creators will have Sonic going to stop Dr. Robotnik with every character under the freaking sun. Yes, we're only have like a too cool for girls kind of vibe, and I think I agree with that. Like that's definitely Sonic's character, but like it's
Noted.
he's not wrong.
That's my catchphrase of this podcast. Noted.
What the heck? What the heck? Or he's not wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, No, I want to talk about different types of communities because there's like your average alive community, like something like
Yeah.
Minecraft, kind of what we just talked about. Then there's the smaller communities where like it's active, but there's like 200 something people in it. Like
So
there's
like
not a lot,
there's not a lot of them, but all those people do really
but they're
support it.
there.
That's I think the part.
Yeah,
That's I think the state that Splatoon's in right now. Like
yeah.
there's not many
Honestly,
people, but they are the.
those are some of the
There you go.
finish.
No.
Okay, those are some of the best communities, the small but active
Yeah,
ones,
yeah,
because
yeah.
like you have a good chance. Like if you play with somebody and like you really like them, like oh this guy's fun to play with, or like do this with, uh, you got a good chance to play with them again,
Yeah. I
and
think.
it's pretty cool. Also, sorry, small communities like that means that there's probably not going to be a lot of annoying
Yeah,
people.
exactly. I think that the smaller the community, the less likely there is for there to be like bad apples and highly controversial
Yeah,
characters.
and,
Like everyone's gonna make me
and
saying this Dream.
yeah, and I like the bigger you are, like the more like susceptible you are to annoying people. Most of the time, there's not too many of them. Sometimes there are.
Yeah.
Especially like we were talking about Rec Room earlier, like free games and stuff like that definitely have more toxic people because it's free. Why not?
Which means that there's more people, which means that
But like there's some communities that like they're pretty big, but like I don't find many people like Pavlov. It's a $30 game, and I'm not good at it, and I haven't played much. But GTFO, it's like a $30 game. So pretty much everybody I play with they're chill. They're fun to
exactly.
good. They're
So, like,
fun to good.
I think that is a pretty big reason why there's not many like sour people in the Splatoon community, especially now since like the two,
Yeah, because there's not as many people now.
and also I think the four biggest offenders, because I think that like I mentioned those like that one guy that was like yelled at a small child, the
Yeah.
the creepy guy and the girl that faked a suicide attempt, the and then there was like one, I think the creepy guy's friend. Oh yeah, actually, I do remember there's one more controversy in the Splatoon community. I'm not gonna get into it, but it was essentially a really creepy Discord server that was run by a bunch of Splatoon community members, and they let minors into
Ah.
it. Am I being creepy? I mean, it's like completely all NSFW. It's called the Loot House.
Mm.
Yeah. It had a similar vibe to the sewer. You remember the sewer?
Oh yeah. That was a server.
Yeah.
A server.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the sewer.
That was an interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting time. But like,
Yeah, interesting.
yeah,
Good
but,
way
like,
to put it.
all of those people have been like either banned from the internet or just like shunned from the Splatoon community now. So like, essentially,
Really started music that scared the heck out of me. I'm glad I'm not recording.
so essentially because there's so many like because all the really bad people have been sort of kicked out. And there weren't many of them to begin with.
Yeah.
I think that's just caused Splatoon to be one of the most positive communities there is, and also Hollow Knight's really good. Just throwing that out there because it's an indie title, and while it's a very popular indie title, it's still a small indie title. There's only been one major
Yeah, it's
controversy.
still small. Yeah,
There's only
small
one.
communities are really great.
Yeah. I think there's only one.
Like, they're like the hidden gem.
Yeah. And like, there's only been one major controversy in the Hollow Knight community, which is like a really big Chinese Hollow Knight content creator cheated on one of the most difficult runs, like one of the most difficult challenges in the entire game.
Yeah.
And which is funny because actually at that point it was kept confined to such a small portion of the community, which is the Chinese portion, which isn't there's not many of them. Like it's a pretty small faction of the community. Like, so no one really cared. And
yeah, and so like we've talked about big, we've talked about small. Then there's those ones. Like it doesn't really matter the size, but there's like it's a mixed bag. There's some from column A, some from column B. There's some really cool people, and then there's some really bad people. It's like 50-50. Like I was playing this VR game called Hyper Dash, and it is very much that. You can get into a game and sometimes there's annoying people. But then there's games where like I was literally up until 2 a.m. accidentally because they were fun to play with. It was good. So yeah, the mixed bag.
Yeah. I think that it's very. I think that a lot I think the mixed bags are very. There's not many of them in my opinion. I think that there are definitely some, but they're kind of hard to come by. Like I don't see many of them. I think I typically either see the really big, full of bad apple ones, or the really small ones, or the ones that have suffered from the 9-year-old apocalypse.
Yeah, I like to call it like the cringe effect or something like that.
The cringe effect, yeah.
It's a scary thing.
Like Minecraft, that's definitely a cringe effect one.
Yeah, I mean, I think in Minecraft's case, there's enough people in it to the point where it's not a bad game. Obviously,
like I think there's also like there's enough people
it's
in
so
it that
big
like, it sort of
that,
drowns out all the 9-year-olds.
Yeah, it's so big that it drowns out all the bad people.
And like,
but with a game like going back to Rec Room, like a lot of people are leaving because of those 9-year-olds.
And Among
so
Us,
it can't get big enough. Yeah,
Among
it can't
Us
get
was
big enough.
Yeah.
To drown them out.
Yeah, and Among Us was literally killed by the 9-year-old apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
It was totally killed. It was stabbed to death.
It's funny. It's sad because Among Us was a good game. I did enjoy it a lot. I didn't,
yeah, it was fun, but
I didn't play it very
at
much.
this point.
But like, yeah.
At this point, when if I were to play it, all I would have been able to think about was like, yeah, those people.
Yeah, the 9-year-old apocalypse is weird. And also, they hit Trove.
Oh,
Trove is definitely.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Trove is a hidden.
Swearing.
Yeah, Trove is a hidden gem. I think. Like, it's a great game. It has very Minecraft knockoffy vibes, except for the fact that it definitely doesn't.
But it is its own thing.
Yeah, it does. In my opinion, it does enough original that it doesn't feel like Minecraft.
You can have a game that has like kind of basic concepts of Minecraft. Like Terraria and Minecraft are very different games.
Yeah.
Like they both have like building stuff and breaking stuff and enemies and bosses. They're completely different games. I think that's the case in Trove's case as well.
Yeah. Also, this is completely unrelated, but I'm just gonna say it's very annoying that Trove isn't cross-platform.
Yeah, oh man, I want to play on PC.
But because I didn't have a PC capable of it at the time, so we both have all our progress on the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, granted,
I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. There are those like those games that are like they're small games, but they're great games. The hidden gem.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna pull up a
where
Switch
like this is kind of off of gaming communities, but like just kind of to games. The hidden gems are such great games. Like nobody knows about them, but you play the game and that's like your new favorite game for like the week.
Yeah, for like the week.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like eventually after the week, it's like not your favorite, but you still like the game. And yeah, those are some good games.
See, what is Ultimate Chicken Horse?
Yeah, that's a fun game.
Ultimate Chicken Horse is awesome. I mean,
I remember it was pretty big back
a couple years ago. I think
I forgot when.
Pretty sure
like a lot of like big YouTubers were playing it.
Yeah, but that was I think they all kind of made like one video on it and then just kind of never talked about it again.
And then yeah, and then that's definitely what other hidden gems are there? Apollo Commando.
Sure. Yokai Watch.
Halo 3 ODST.
Yokai Watch.
Halo 3 ODST. I you know.
Yes, we've talked about both of these games.
I've talked about it.
We talked about both of these games on the last episode of the podcast.
On the last podcast. Yeah.
And but I feel like they're both according to you, Halo 3 ODST is a complete hidden gem that's really good.
Mhm.
Like in my opinion, the Yokai Watch games are like everyone sees them as Pokemon knockoff. I see them as better than Pokemon.
Yeah.
Hot take. I'm getting canceled for that because I have an opinion.
Yeah. It's the internet. You can't have an opinion.
Yeah. I think it's one of those games that like it does enough original. It's like on the surface it looks like a Pokemon knockoff, but it does enough original that I think
there's a lot of games like that on the surface it feels like a ripoff, but you dig deeper and very much not.
Yeah, it's very much of like its own thing, and it can be identified as its own thing. Remorse, how are you doing? You haven't talked in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been talking, and I have nothing to say. So
fair enough.
Anyway, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are other? Let's see. What else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to talk about something. Really big games that are popular, that have large player bases, but are like not existent on the internet. Because those definitely exist.
Yeah, I'll come back to that, but what do you guys think of this image?
What? What? You sent an image of a cat getting his face pinched by tongs.
What the heck is happening?
We're talking about video game. Hey, what do you think about this image?
Oh, God.
Cat getting pinched by tongs.
Cat with tongue.
Anyway,
Going back.
I think that there are plenty of games that are like so big, but like no one talks about them. Like they have solid player bases, but no one on the internet talks about them. Here's a good example.
Yeah, like they're like
Pokken.
non-existent, but yeah, Pokken tournament. There's a lot of people.
Or at least there was a lot of people playing it. I think. I don't think it's very popular anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely died out. I mean,
but
yeah, I mean,
I don't think it
is
ever
the
had
same game.
I have it on the Wii U.
I have it on the Switch, idiot.
You know, I like the Wii U. I think it's a decent console.
Yeah, same. Okay, I think the Wii U has.
Wii U is good.
Saying that the internet is gonna kill me for saying that the Wii U is a good console. Literally, the internet's gonna kill me for saying that.
Yeah, I the biggest thing. I mean, obviously, like people have said this a lot, but the worst thing about the Wii U is how they marketed it.
Yeah,
they marketed it as something like was meant for like 8-year-olds. Like all of the commercials were like 8-year-olds like pulling up like Excel and PowerPoint, showing their mom and dad like the statistics of why they should spend $300 on this console.
Yeah, I think the Wii U is. I think the Wii U is definitely. I think in itself a hidden gem. I think the Wii U is a good console, but because it didn't sell well, it didn't get as many games, so it was kind of looked down upon. I think it's kind of funny though, because almost all of its really big titles got ported or got sequels on the Switch, so there's almost no reason to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker had, like.
I have Wind Waker HD on the Wii U. I have Pokken Tournament, bro. I have Minecraft. I have so many.
I have Minecraft on the Switch, and I also have Pokken Tournament on the Switch. And what else did you say? Oh yeah, Wind Waker. I have Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Wind Waker. What?
Really quick. I found another image. It's not another cat. But remember how I was talking about how there was like a 2001 Chevy Tahoe in the Halo show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how like ODSTs like drop from pods.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking about that.
Yeah.
I present to you the orbital drop shock Tahoe.
I don't know why this exists, but I like it.
It's just like it's an orbital drop, it's like the pods, but they're Chevy Tahoes. Okay. And then it's Master Chief and a couple ODSTs.
Okay.
This is.
Anyways, keep going.
What were we talking about?
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Well, on that note, we've been going about an hour.
Yeah.
I think that's a good time to end. I think we've talked about porn for 15 minutes.
Yeah, we did.
Degeneracy reigns supreme. Yeah, what did you say?
Okay. What?
Anyway, yeah, I think that that was definitely an interesting episode. I don't think I don't know, we may get canceled for it, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen how many subscribers we have? You really think?
I think it more contributes to the fact that we only ever really make content at like midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we did the day stream.
Yeah, that's one stream.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, I think it's time to end the podcast there. I think, like I said, I think we're exclusively on YouTube for now. So subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah,
Has it ended?
No, it hasn't.
What?
Ah, noted.
Anyway, yeah,
You
so that's gonna be the episode. Stay tuned in a couple of weeks. Because we try to upload every other week, Sunday nights.
Every other week. Yeah. Subscribe.
Yeah, bye.